This is the Pilgrimage to Rome, the Path to Sainthood. Sponsored by Bowen Ford, First Financial Bank, Furniture Gallery, Busen Pontiac Buick Cadillac and GMC Trucks, Hanig Construction, IT Travel, St. Mary of the Woods College, and St. John the Baptist and Vincent de Paul Catholic Churches in Vincennes. Now from Rome, your host, News 10's Susan Dinkel.
Buongiorno, I'm Susan Dinkel. Welcome to Rome. In the next 30 minutes, we're giving you an up-close and personal look at our pilgrimage to Rome, the path to Mother Theodore Guerin's sainthood. So sit back and enjoy our journey with us. She's now officially known to the Universal Church as Saint Theodora, but here in the Wabash Valley, the Sisters of Providence refer to her as Saint Mother Theodore Guerin. She was born in France and came to the United States in 1840 to establish a religious order. She ended up in West Central Indiana at St. Mary of the Woods. During her 16 years here in the United States, she founded the Sisters of Providence, which today ministers in 20 states, the District of Columbia, Taiwan, and China. The Sisters are a congregation of women religious that are of strong faith, who serve the sick and poor and work to carry out Guerin's mission of simply helping others. The women that make up the Sisters of Providence draw inspiration from Guerin, a woman who drew a great deal of strength from her faith and her desire to serve God.
Her life is a perfect blend of humanness and holiness, but she said one time, "What do we have to do to become saints? Nothing more than we do every day, but to do it with great love for God."
Up to now, we've been privileged to know her ourselves. Now it's our privilege to share her with others.
Guerin also opened an academy for girls known today as St. Mary of the Woods College, the oldest Catholic liberal arts college for women here in the United States. And besides St. Mary of the Woods College, Guerin also helped to establish many other schools in the U.S., orphanages, and free pharmacies, just to name a few of her many accomplishments. On Sunday, October 15th, she was honored for her work as Pope Benedict XVI declared her a saint at the Vatican, making her a universally known spiritual legacy. It took nearly 100 years for the Congregation of the Sisters of Providence to explain and prove the importance of Guerin's cause and mission.
We're just grateful that we were patient enough to wait the 100 years. And I'm grateful to be part of it.
And now, in 2006, their efforts have come to a joyous and celebratory conclusion.
She is no longer just ours. She belongs to, I would say, the universe, beyond the world. But she's our big bag.
A special pilgrimage from the Wabash Valley traveled thousands of miles to Italy to witness history in the making. And on the eve of Mother Theodore Guerin's canonization, the more than 1,200 Americans who traveled to Rome in her honor gathered for a special vigil. The ceremony was held in anticipation of honoring Mother Theodore as a woman for all time. The vigil took place at the Church of the Gesù in Rome. The ceremony focused on the special times and places in Mother Theodore's life. Some descendants of Guerin's family from France attended the vigil.
It was just marvelous, beautiful, and the French and American together are great.
We take you to break now with an interesting Hoosier connection. As you may know, sycamore trees line the banks of the Wabash, and you can also find sycamore trees lining the Tiber River in Rome. Before sunrise on the day of the canonization, thousands of pilgrims from all over the world gathered outside St. Peter's Square in Vatican City in anticipation of Mother Theodore Guerin's sainthood. Everyone was waiting to witness this historic and probably once-in-a-lifetime event.
It's all still quite surreal. I just have to keep reminding myself that the spirit of the Sisters of Providence is what's brought us here. We would not be here without their perseverance, and it's the spirit of Mother Theodore that lives through them that allows Terre Haute to be represented in such a fashion.
The pilgrims in attendance were about to witness a first for the Hoosier State. Indiana was about to become home to a saint. Church pageantry.
In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
Inspirational messages. A sea of roughly 50,000 people. Beautiful music and a clear sunny day all painted a memorable picture in St. Peter's Square as Pope Benedict XVI proclaimed Mother Theodore Guerin a saint.
I'm feeling like a lifetime dream has come true. I think it's a special day not only for the Sisters of Providence, but, for all the people that the Sisters of Providence have touched.
And you're sitting there just staring at this banner, and I'm saying to myself, I can't believe I am here. I can't believe this is happening, to us today. It was a feeling that at the present moment I really can't describe. It was just a beautiful feeling.
Oh, it's extraordinary. Of the 8 saints from the United States, our state has one of them, and that's an extraordinary privilege.
Philip McCord's eyesight was restored after praying to Guerin. He was one of the 2 miracles needed to approve her sainthood. He, along with a couple of the sisters, offered gifts to Pope Benedict XVI during the canonization ceremony, a moment he'll never forget.
You mean other than my heart just stopping dead? No. Actually, I didn't up until we came around the altar, And then when I turned, we had just a few seconds, and I remember looking up and seeing it was, oh my God, and then seeing the Pope there, and it was just awesome. And I mean that's such an overused word, but it was awesome.
Mother Theodore Guerin achieved sainthood by how she lived her life and how she set an example for others to follow. Up until this point, she's been somewhat of a secret to the world, but now Mother Theodore will be universally known, and the Sisters of Providence will continue to grow deeper into her mission.
I think we will continue to be who we've always been, women of courage and women of hope, of mercy, love, and justice. So this is just one more shot in the arm that Mother Theodore provides for us, even though she's no longer physically with us. She still has an impact on us today.
As you can see, thousands of people attended the canonization ceremony, and of those people, the majority wore something distinctive in honor of the 4 new saints. The pilgrims behind Mother Theodore Guerin's cause wore light blue scarves with the pin of her picture attached. This was a gift from the Sisters of Providence to all the pilgrims who traveled to the Vatican to witness this historic event. The scarves were made by the sisters, and the light blue color represents their institution and their ministries.
Mother Theodore Guerin entered the congregation of the Sisters of Providence in 1823. And she devoted herself to the work of teaching in schools. Then in 1839, he was asked by her superiors to travel to the United States to become the head of a new community in Indiana. After their long journey over land and sea, the group of 6 sisters arrived in St. Mary of the Woods.
Besides Mother Theodore, the Pope proclaimed 3 other saints. One represented Mexico and the other 2, Italy.
Sursum corda.
Being canonized as a saint is the highest honor the Catholic Church bestows upon an individual.
I keep wondering what Mother Theodore herself would say about all of this, because I think she was a very simple woman, loved the church, but a simple woman. What would she think about all of this? But I think she'd be happy that we're all together.
I think she'd probably say get back to work. And I think she'd be the most surprised person in the whole world that this had happened to her.
I think she's probably laughing at us about all that we're going through to do it, but I think that she's happy.
Mother Theodore Guerin, a woman, a Hoosier, and now a saint, someone all faiths can look to for encouragement and inspiration. In Italy, if you can't speak Italian, there's another way to communicate, and Maria Rita is going to give us a little tip on how to communicate with your hands and your face and with gestures.
Gestures. If you go in a restaurant, they're extremely hungry, you say, oh, like this. And when something is extremely good, that you enjoy the food, say, so good. Or, for example, if somebody's crazy, you say, you're completely crazy, to see pazzo. Or, for example, I don't care.
I know. And when you need to say goodbye to somebody, like we need to go to break.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
From Italy.
Celebration and jubilation of St. Mother Theodore Guerin continued in Rome with a Thanksgiving Mass the day after her canonization. Voices raised in song celebrating St. Mother Theodore Guerin's sainthood. The pilgrims from around the world gathered for the Mass to honor this extraordinary woman. St. Mother Theodore Guerin teaches us how to live our own lives with integrity, hope, courage, and faith.
Isn't it awesome to reflect that God so loved our little part of the world that he gave us the remarkable Mother Theodore Guerin?
Archbishop Daniel B. Klein led the Mass at Rome's Basilica of St. Paul outside the walls.
It's historic. I mean, I didn't think I'd ever have the opportunity to be part of a canonization, and it's the same for all our folks, and everybody's thrilled. We've had a great time, and now we're going to offer our thanks to God for giving us a saint.
He stressed everyone to be thankful for this gift of sainthood and encouraged the world to get to know Indiana's newest saint.
First of all, we're honoring an extraordinary woman whose life has a lot to teach us about living our own lives with integrity and hope and courage and faith. And she's an historic figure for our country.
The Mass of Thanksgiving challenged the pilgrims to reflect on what Mother Theodore Guerin's canonization truly means.
Just absorbing that she was canonized as a saint, and you just don't, like you hear about it and you read about it in a textbook, but you never imagine seeing it and living it, yeah.
She's an extraordinary woman who overstepped boundaries and did things that nobody was doing in her time, and then here we are. She founded, Sisters of Providence in Indiana and also the college, and we're learning from it and being told, overstep those boundaries, achieve, succeed, do what you can do. And so of course, we're all taking what we can from it, and it's absolutely fabulous.
A long heritage of a very holy woman's life lives on.
In a way, we're finished with one part. It's like it's accomplished, but on the other hand, it's like it's just beginning, because I think people are now, the word about her will spread even more.
St. Mother Theodore Guerin, an historic figure for our universe. We quickly learned getting from point A to point B in Rome is a story in itself, so we decided to give you a first-hand look with our good friend Enrico. Ah, Rome, a city so rich in history. Rome is both the capital of Italy and Italy's largest city. From its architectural beauty to its many breathtaking churches, museums, galleries, and historic sites, there's so much to absorb while visiting. Tourism plays a big economic role. Visitors spend their money satisfying their palates by indulging in fine Italian cuisine and licking gelato, a frozen Italian dessert like ice cream with intense flavor. You can also find crowds of people shopping the street markets looking for one-of-a-kind treasures and souvenirs to take home. Nearly 3 million people live in Rome, and as you can imagine, getting around the city is crowded and a bit challenging, to say the least.
Just keeping up with the crowds and going with the flow. And when in Rome, do as Romans do.
From buses to taxi cabs to motor scooters to simply pounding the pavement, everyone always seems to be on the go, and just stepping back and watching their transportation in action had many folks from the Wabash Valley talking.
How these people drive I mean, this much room is a lot of room.
For 30-some years, I thought I was accustomed to traffic, but this is unbelievable.
No, I'm happy to go back to Terre Haute traffic.
We take you to break now with a look at one of Rome's most popular hotspots, the Plaza Navona Roma.
It took nearly 100 years for Mother Theodore to reach sainthood status. So as you can imagine, celebrating this huge accomplishment required a big farewell bash. A time for the sisters and all the pilgrims who made the long trip to laugh, cry, sing, dance, share a meal, and most importantly, reflect on this historic event and what lies ahead as St. Theodora, or St. Mother Theodore Guerin's legacy, lives on.
I think it's, like having a family member that you know very, very well and see that family member succeed almost, and have that family member known way beyond the immediate family.
To know that now the world knows her. The whole world knows who this woman is, what she's done, what we do in her name, what anybody who's connected in any way with Providence does in her name.
She gave her whole life and heart to Indiana and to the people of Indiana, and then later on through the many sisters that followed her to many other places.
People who want to join in the missions of the sisters, that women who maybe have a yearning for a religious life but haven't had a focus for it, all of this brings to that, and her story is just a wonderful one.
Thank you for watching our special coverage of Pilgrimage to Rome, the Path to Sainthood. For more information on St. Mother Theodore Guerin, go to sistersofprovidence.org. Arrivederci from Rome.
This has been the Pilgrimage to Rome, the Path to Sainthood, sponsored by Bowen Ford, First Financial Bank, Furniture Gallery, Busen Pontiac Buick Cadillac and GMC Trucks, Hanig Construction, IT Travel, St. Mary of the Woods College, and St. John the Baptist and Vincent de Paul Catholic Churches in Vincennes.